Hey skiers, it's Bob with skiessentials.com.
And I'm Matt. How's it going?
Matt and I are here today to bring you our Top 5 Friday ski industry news video. Matt, thanks for filling in again. You're becoming quite a fixture here on the Top 5 Friday show.
Happy to be.
Always happy to have you here. We do have a couple of housekeeping items before we get on to the news. Comparison season still going strong. We released our 100 millimeter free ride series earlier this week, and people seem to be enjoying that. I mean, it's like we talked about last week, if you could have one wall, not just one ski from a wall, but one wall, we kind of generally decide that that's
The bread and butter.
a good one to
Yeah,
have.
for sure.
This
One, though, right behind it. This is
Yeah.
right up our alley for sure.
Yeah, so this is 100 millimeter all mountain. So this will be part 2 of the 100 millimeter series, and that is going to be incoming. We did film it recently, so we just got to get that thing edited and up and on the internet for y'all to enjoy. But yeah, it's been interesting going in the way that we've been going, and really having to divide these comparisons into two because there's just frankly too many skis.
There's too many.
And even when we divide this in two, there's still 17 or 19 skis up here.
It's wild.
So yeah, there's a lot. We're going to keep moving. I think we're going to go down to the mid 80s after this, and that even has the potential to be broken up into mid 80s front side and mid 80s all mountain. So no promises yet. We'll kind of see how the wall shakes out. Number 2 here for housekeeping, we do have a fall sale currently running on our site. The main theme here is offering $50 off of ski and binding combos or snowboard and binding combos for 2026 product. So just another way to get you into a brand new set of skis and bindings, and just taking $50 off the top of that. We also, we talk about it all the time. We offer free mounting and free shipping. So adding those value things in does seem to take some of the cost off of
It stacks up
these
for
things.
sure. Yeah. Yep.
So that's our big fall sale going on right now. Please check that out now and over the weekend and get some new stuff. I think that's it for housekeeping. On with the news.
Think so, yeah.
Okay, X Games, Matt. This one's right up your alley as a X Games fan.
Oh, yeah.
They are getting a rebrand or a refresh, and I think that, I don't know, is it about time?
I think so, yeah. It was getting a little bit stagnant, but yeah. I think it was about time.
Yeah, so this is kind of on the heels of what we've talked about before with the X Games League that is going to be rolled out. I believe this year is the first year of competitions. So the XGL, the X Games League, is basically a global season-long series composed of like drafted teams and clubs that will be competing both in the summer and the winter. So it'll be 2 seasons.
Yep, and I think it's next summer when they fully start that structure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting. They kind of want it to be like soccer club style. So I think it's cool.
Yeah. So within these seasons, summer and winter, we'll get those clubs and teams. The individuals will compete to accrue points for their team, and ultimately you'll have both a team and an individual champion. So it's kind of a cool way of making this individual sport into a team one.
Yeah, and I'm bringing F1 back into it, but that's how they do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Or I think of like cross-country running or track, something like that.
Yeah.
There will be men's and women's category for both ski and snowboard, and for the winter at least, in halfpipe, slopestyle, big air, and knuckle huck. So a bunch of different things. And it seems like if you want your team to be successful, you need to be well-rounded.
For sure.
You can't just have like one really sweet person that's going to win their event, but only their event.
Right.
So it's got to be
Awards
well-rounded.
consistency and yeah.
I
wonder if there's going to be like a strategy that comes out from this, like the team side of it.
Right. I mean, do you go girl heavy?
Right.
And just be like, all right, let's amass as many women's points as we can, and then hopefully the guys can contribute in some way. Or I don't know.
Yep.
Like, focus on half pipe. We're only taking the half pipe skiers.
I know. Opens the door for a lot.
I know.
It could be very weird, especially since, at least for winter, they're all such individual sports that finding a strategy and a team essence will be very, very interesting.
So that's one part of the X Games and the X Games League in terms of their rebranding. The other part is, I guess I'm calling him CEO Jeremy Bloom, or executive director, I don't know.
That's fair.
Of the X Games, has been pushing for AI judging. And so that's another thing that's going to kind of, I think, going to show itself, and maybe it'll make a difference. Maybe it won't. You know, it's like you program what you're looking for. You know, if you can somehow recreate what the judge's eyes see and put it in digital form, what's the problem, I guess?
Knucklehuck. I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
Because that is such a, I don't know, it's not as black and white as like a slopestyle run or like a half pipe run. But then again, like, who knows? That's technology is progressing so quickly that who knows?
Yeah, it's easy to point to AI and be like, well, there's no creativity. But then you kind of go a little deeper and you're like, actually, there's like, whether or not it's like what we consider to be human creativity, it certainly comes across as being cutting edge.
Right.
So
yeah,
we'll see about that. AI judging, and then the other things that Bloom is looking to explore is the use of fantasy sports, so being able to create your own team, as well as online betting to increase exposure. So a bunch of those things are really trying to push X Games as a brand into the next level. I didn't really see the new logo, but people are upset about the logo.
it's very simplistic.
Okay.
It's an X with parts missing.
Says it all.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see where X Games goes from here. Number 2 here, this guy's a nut, Matt. You might have to help me with pronunciation. Andrzej Bargiel.
That's about as good as I got, too. What's with us not being able to pronounce names?
I don't know. This gentleman here became the first to summit and ski Mount Everest without oxygen, which is just a crazy proposition even without the skis, but adding the skiing into the equation brings it to the next level. Interestingly, he had to wait, or chose to wait, until like the expedition season. You know, you see those long lines of people going up to the top and getting all crazy. So he waited until there were no expedition crowds, which also meant that he had to like break his own trail, and there wasn't like a step ladder going up there. So there was more work on his part to get to the top and then ski down. So
in 16 hours.
16 hours.
The way up.
On the way up.
Which is bananas.
Yeah, I couldn't even sleep for 16 hours.
Right.
Really impressive though, and just crazy. Did you watch any of the footage, like the drone footage that his brother took or anything like that?
I watched like the clips on YouTube, and I was kind of like, that's messed up. Like, very cool. The conditions look great.
Right.
But I don't know, man. You're
like, what are you thinking at that point at almost 30,000 feet? You're like, oh, you gotta click in now and
right
and ski down.
You have to your breathing turns it, like, instead of automatic, it goes into manual, and you just gotta just. I did see that though, like his GoPro footage and like just the audio of him breathing. I could not believe that he was still standing. But wild.
Begs the question, what's next?
Right.
Like, you got to go to Mars or the moon or something like that. You skied all the biggest mountain. You skied the biggest mountain on Earth. You got to go figure something else out. I couldn't imagine where to go from there.
It's probably like doing 2 big peaks in a day or something berserk like that, or like the deadliest mountain like K2 or something ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly more unskiable areas.
Yeah,
but congratulations to that gentleman for being very adventurous. Number 3, Matt, a little bit closer to home. Burke Mountain has finally kind of closed their chapter on basically repaying, well, for the most part, the investors who were defrauded in the EB5 scheme that led to Burke and Jay and the town of Newport up in Vermont to basically get ripped off by the person in charge, Ariel Quiros, who was trying to take EB5 investment money and basically keep it.
Yeah.
For lack of a better term. So, he got busted. Burke and Jay spent a couple years kind of within court-appointed receivers before they found a purchaser. Jay sold sooner. Burke was still under that receiver control for a while. They sold just this past year to Bear Den Investment Group, I believe the name is. So some more local control, which is nice. But that sale allowed them to start to pay back the defrauded investors. They ended up getting $11.5 million for the sale, and then another $10 million in a lawsuit, basically from Quiros's money man, I guess would be the best way to put it. So they got a pool of $22 million, and then they had to divide that between 121 foreign investors. So each of those investors who originally put in $500,000 got back $183,000. So they're still out $317,000.
And at a minimum, because that was like on average, like they each paid a minimum of $500.
Okay.
Right? Something like that. But yeah, either way, not the same number, Bob.
Not the same number, nor do I believe that they got their citizenship.
No.
So yeah, tough loss for those investors, but I think that this was one of the last steps in kind of closing this deal from a legal and a business standpoint. So hopefully the new people at Bear Den and the new mountain management can move forward with this, and hopefully everyone can learn from their mistakes.
And I think Bear Den owns maybe like Thunder Mountain down south,
Like
which
Mass or something.
I think so, and they have like a really big bike park presence.
Yeah.
And they've already been starting to do more to the Burke Bike Park, and now like they just redid a pretty notorious trail there, and it's amazing. So I'm excited to see what kind of stuff they pump into that place, because it has a lot of potential and could be really, really cool.
Yeah, no, totally. There's pretty good infrastructure there already with the academy, with Burke Mountain Trails. All sorts of stuff. So
yeah,
hopefully looking up for Burke coming up. Number 4 here, cool story. This gentleman, Bob Meserve, he is a pioneering sit skier, and he is going to be inducted into the Colorado Snow Sports Hall of Fame. In 1983, Mr. Meserve was paralyzed from the waist down in a ski accident and didn't give up his passion, went on to be involved in the development of the first sit ski, I guess, at Winter Park in Colorado. And it sounds like they've come a long way since then. I think they said it was like a chair on a leaf spring on a ski.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you've skied with us with the Vermont Adaptive program. These people in the sit, they are sweet.
Yeah,
like
they look
carbon fiber chairs, like your rugged mountain bike, motocross, shock style stuff. And I mean, they have come a long way since a chair and a leaf spring. So a lot of that is due to this guy. He joined what was then called the U.S. Disabled Ski Team in 1989 and won a bunch of medals for that program. And then in 1994, they started to kind of lose a little bit of money. So Bob Meserve teamed up with Steve Raymond, who was involved in ESPN and some other businesses. And they started a company called Adaptive Spirit to raise money for these adaptive skiing programs. And they raised $100,000 for the U.S. team in the first year. Now Adaptive Spirit takes in about $1 million a year, basically amounting to 40% of the U.S. Paralympics team's budget. So this guy has done a lot to really shoot the sport of sit skiing and make this thing accessible for, for athletes and skiers who need that type of adaptive gear.
Totally.
So
This guy rocks.
he is getting his ticket to the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to Bob Meserve, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Not even a foreign name.
Right. We're trying our best, Bob.
Trying our best. That's all I can ask. So yeah, that's it for news. We got some edits here. Number 1 from Down Days. This is Gory. This is a camptastic voyage from the Stubai Glacier skiing, and looks pretty cool. It's not just park and rail stuff on the glacier, which is
Right.
what I'm kind of accustomed to seeing from like summer edits.
Yeah, like a bunch of natural hits and all that.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
And
Fun
some
to
skiing.
watch for sure.
Then we get a 3-pack of trailers here, number 2, but number 1 for the trailers. This is from Magma, a trailer for TKO. The next one is Mac Forehand's trailer for Duo. And the third is Blank Collective Films trailer for Cold Calls. And pretty different trailers there. There's definitely some variety in the skiing styles and whatnot.
I was very excited that the Magma one had Injustice for All, the Metallica song.
Okay.
Because I almost wore a Metallica shirt today.
You should have.
I know. And I haven't seen a Metallica song for a ski edit in a really long time since I think it was a TGR movie called High Life. And it was like my favorite segment ever for the longest time. And it had a Metallica song. So I was stoked to see that.
All right. And then not a skiing edit, but Sam Pilgrim Lifestyle posts this video of full-speed mountain carts. This looks extremely dangerous.
How do we get this done on the toll road? Because that looks so
I'm
much
not
fun.
going within a mile of this type of activity. And it looks fun, but it looks deadly.
There's no way that would be a possibility in the United States.
I can't believe that they just let people do that.
There's no safety precautions at all.
Right. So
it's hilarious.
It's a big wheels
Yeah.
with rubber tires and handbrakes, and that's it.
Yeah.
And these people were wearing helmets. I'll give them that.
That's it.
But that was it. And they are moving down these mountain roads.
Yeah. And it's just a dirt access road.
Yeah.
There's no upkeep, it seems like. There's water bars everywhere.
Right.
Very suspect. The whole thing was terrifying. If one of your brakes goes, you're going right into one of those wood fences.
It looks like they were doing 40 miles an hour right next to the trees, right near cliffs.
Yeah.
So I can't say I recommend this for most people, but if you're into that sort of thing, you can go right ahead for it. That's it for edits. Fun sampling there. Certainly mountain carts is my favorite of the group.
Yep,
What
100%.
are you going to do? That's it for Top 5 Fridays. Please keep your eye out for this 100 millimeter all mountain comparison to come out pretty soon. We'll move forward with comparisons, and hopefully y'all getting out and enjoying this fall air. Our foliage is brilliant right now.
It's foliaging for sure. Yeah.
So we're in for a good couple of weekends here in Vermont. Hopefully it's nice where you are. I have seen some pictures of snow and snow-capped mountains and whatnot. So
It's almost time.
certainly skiing's on the horizon. Thanks again.
Of course.
Matt,
Yeah.
for
Anytime.
filling
Anytime.
Love to have you here, and hope everyone has a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.